Hey, what is up you guys? How's everyone doing? I'm so glad to be able to start making videos again for you guys. And in this haircut, we got a very simple style, but it's a difficult cut due to its hair density and hair texture. And you guys will see why in a little bit. So we shampoo our clients before every haircut, and because since his hair is already wet, I like to start with the top so I don't have to go back and re-wet the hair, so it's just more efficient this way. And I always like to start at the back because there's always a slight line there where you know exactly how much to cut. It's hard to explain, but once you see it, you'll see it. And I'm taking about a 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch section, just enough where I'm able to see my guidelines as I'm moving forward. And you don't want to take too much, because if you take too much, you're going to be over directing the hair too much backwards, and it's going to create a longer length and won't be as even. And also, I don't really like to spend too much time on the top. This is going to be a rough job, and once it dries up, I'm going to be going back and detailing once everything is complete. So what I'm doing now is I push the hair all backwards, and that way you can see how the hair naturally falls, and this way you can get the most natural parting. So I'm using a number 4 guard all the way open, so this is gonna create our main length. And in just a little bit, you guys are gonna see what I mean by this is a hard haircut, because of how thin the hair is and how much of the scalp that you're going to see. And keep in mind, this is a number 4 guard, and for those out there that has been cutting hair for a little bit, you'll know that this is not what a number 4 should look like. Okay, so right here you can see exactly how thin it's looking at the sideburn area. I don't know if you guys saw that. So now that I have the length to where I want it to be, I'm just gonna go over with scissor over comb using the texturizing shears just to make everything nice and fluffy and make sure there's like no inconsistencies. And I swear, if you just know how to do this simple technique right here, like it's so simple you can even do it with your eyes closed without looking. But once you just learn this simple trick, then you can pretty much do most haircuts out there. So to start off our taper, I'm just using the trimmer just to create our bow line. I just like to have the line like near right on top of where the ear ends. It's usually my go-to spot, but you can always adjust to client's preference. So our first step, no guard all the way open, and we're going to be slowly blending that out by closing the lever little by little. Now we're just using the number 2 guard just to create a nicer surface for us to work on. Now normally here I'll just skip to the 1 guard all the way open and blend it into the number 2, but because of how his hair is, I wanted to play a little bit more safe, and I just popped on the 1.5 guard, and I'm gonna slowly fade down from here. And now we're just gonna do the whole exact same steps on the other side.
Damn it, Tito. Another one? Another one?
So this back part of the haircut was the most challenging for me because there's these random patches of dark spot and inconsistencies in the way his hair grows out in terms of the density. But I know it's not perfect, but then again I have to stay on time for my next client, and recording a video does take up a lot of time, and sometimes it's not going to be perfect, but you just have to move on. Alright, so the last step here is we're gonna go back and touch up the top. We're gonna blend everything in together now to the sides. And what I'm mainly looking for here is difference in like puffiness and density, and just want everything looking nice and squared up. And now that we're done with that, we are on to the styling. If you guys have liked the haircut, please give it a thumbs up, and if you guys can also comment anything down below, like literally anything, it's gonna help me out a lot with the YouTube algorithm, and thank you so much. So here's a quick look at the before and what we started with, and in just a second you're gonna see the after. And if you guys would like to see a similar haircut, please go check out my last video on the businessman haircut, and you can do so at the top right corner. And I'll see you guys next time.